Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to the channel. Caleb Nguyen here with the Motivated Lawn Care Show. I look pretty awful. It's also the lighting is pretty terrible, and I clearly didn't do anything with my hair. I think my hat's in my truck. Let me see. I just put that on for you guys, save you guys having a look at me. Here we go, boys. Booyah. Anyway, welcome to today's video. Today we're doing a review on the Exmark Lazer Z E-Series. Guys, stay tuned. I'm gonna quick play some music and show me cutting for a second, and then I'll jump right on back. Alrighty, in today's episode, I'm just gonna go over and review some stuff about the Exmark Lazer Z E-Series, what I like, what I don't like, and some of just my parting thoughts and parting words of wisdom. I do have to say first and foremost though that this is not my mower. This is a church that I mow for, and this is actually their mower that I use. A couple of things to note: if it does not look very good, the blades I don't think have been sharpened this entire year, and the center blade is actually a little bit messed up, so it leaves just like a really crappy cut quality. And yeah, there really hasn't been any formal training. I think someone did the section. I was supposed to do the section over here. If you guys can see, those aren't stripes, those are clumps of grass. So you get what you pay for, and if it's volunteers, you didn't pay for anything. So yeah, I wanted to throw that out there before I jump right in. I know a lot of the big landscapers have this mower, and I do have to say there is a reason why, but first we're gonna go over the mower and we'll get to that at the end. I'm just gonna do a walk around, tell you guys what I like, what I don't like. So these front wheels and tires, if you guys have seen the John Deere, the Z-Track review, this is another thing that I have a problem with that mower as well. The front tires are too narrow and they have like that rounded edge. It just needs to be kind of like a smoothed off, and it has to be as fat as possible. My daily mower is a Hustler Fast Track, and the tires are probably another good, I don't know, maybe a good inch fatter than this, and they're actually a little bit smaller, because what kind of happens when you have big skinny tires, large wheel skinny tires, is when I go to turn, what I actually end up having to do is I have to like swivel the mower, which is not a problem. Like, you just kind of have to wiggle it to get the for example, if you're going in straight and the tires are straight, you can't just back right up, otherwise they'll twist in the place that they are and destroy the grass. You just have to make sure you wiggle the tires and make sure that they're turned a little bit, which is fine, except for if you have a beginner guy who's not very experienced, or you're new to the property and you're just trying to survive and get through the property, or you have a nice lawn and you might forget once or twice on the property. It's just something that like you could easily take care of, and I honestly think it really helps with the floatability. I've forded some pretty serious streams with the Hustler, and the fatter tires definitely help. Smooths down the lawn nice and just doesn't chew it up as much. So I spent a little bit too much time on talking about that. That's something I don't like. What I do like is this built-in chute blocker. I don't know if all of them have this. I'm not sure if it's an accessory or what it is, but I love it. I absolutely love this thing. So it's pedal control up here. You can press it, so it's pressed in right now, and so that's open. But if I pull this back, see if I can get it with my hand. Yep. It'll actually close that right there, and I think that comes in really handy. Obviously, this is just like a piece of rubber, and it goes through like extreme abuse, but it just has to be rubber so that it can be flexible, because if you hit something with it, you're gonna break it, because it doesn't come like up like the other chute blockers will just be hanging here, and you use your hand and pull them up. With this, it's still sticking straight out. I'll adjust it and show you. So as you can see, it just sticks straight out. So if I'm coming and I hit something with it, I'm in big trouble if it was a piece of metal or something like that. We're gonna move over here to the system for getting the deck up and down, the foot pedal for that. I personally, like I said, I don't mean to be tooting Hustler's horn all the time. I'm not sponsored or anything, but I just think that Hustler's design is a lot better. It gets really well leveraged, and you can hold it, like if I push it all the way in, I can hold it there really well for a long time. But if, say, I'm going over a bump and I just need to put it up ever so slightly just for a little bit, it's really, really hard to do that and hold it there, especially on bumps and stuff like that. Whereas with the Hustler, it's not nearly as bad. The design for putting the deck height in, I don't necessarily have a problem with it. My Hustler has like the magnetic thing. Again, it just sounds like I'm tooting the Hustler horn, but I personally prefer the magnetic thing to this, which is just like a little pin. I think I might have to push it up, but it's a pin. It just slides and pops out, just kind of like a trailer pin kind of design, which I'm not in love with, because you could easily lose the pin, and it's just like, it's not held in necessarily by magnets like the Fast Track is that I have. Parking brake and controls, I think it's a little bit counterintuitive. I know that like most every brand does this, where there's a separate parking brake and controls. I really think that it just makes so much more sense just to have these be the parking brake too. When it's in gear. When it's out, it's in parking brake. I know that you can potentially have problems, because with this, boom, you can slap it in there, and if for some reason you get it stuck, you can tow it out real easy. Maybe it comes in handy more in wetter areas where you're pulling your mowers out a lot. But for me, I personally rather not have to do like 3 different things. Just saves me a little bit of time. One less thing to think about, and one less little thing to make me look bad when I go to start it and it's not down and I don't know what's going on and why it's not starting. Wheels and tires, I do have to say these tires do excellent when it comes to grip in wet conditions. Again, maybe this is just like a really good wet conditions mower. The only beef that I do have, like they're probably, I guess they just tear stuff up about as the same as any other zero turn. You just got to be careful with that. But no, good grip from that. I do have to say, moving on to the engine, Kohler Command Pro, the CV742, it's a great engine. I'm pretty sure it's making 25.5 horsepower. You don't need 37 horsepower. I mean, the thing is plenty fast. I think it goes, gosh, probably almost 12 miles an hour or so. I would have to get like an official number on that, but it's fast. The gearing is incredible. It's one thing that I think they do really well, is the gearing is, it's just 1 or 2 miles an hour faster than a lot of the other stuff that's kind of in the 700s, the 700 to 750 cc range, which is most of like the entry to mid-level commercial mowers have that cc, and right around the 25 horsepower range. I think it's one of the faster mowers there. I've seen some fantastic videos when it comes to the striping quality on this, but obviously if you don't sharpen your blades and your center blade is messed up, that's just not going to happen. So yeah, as long as you keep up with maintenance, I've seen all good things. I really like how the battery is exposed. I don't like it when people like put the battery under a million cases, because if somebody leaves it on for some reason and I have to jump start it with the little battery jump start kit that I have in my truck, it takes forever to have to unscrew everything. Super easy to get everything, maintenance, all super easy. I think that's mostly it. Roll bar design, super intuitive. Seat, pretty comfortable. Overall, gas tank is, I think it could use a little bit more, a little bit bigger gas tank. I think that would come in handy. It seems like it's always running out of gas on me. If I'm mowing for 2 hours straight, 3 hours straight, sometimes if I start with a half tank, towards the end it's basically on empty, which you can kind of expect from these machines to run 7 or 8 hours. But really what I do have to say with this is, were I to do this all again, and obviously I'm thinking about doing something more related to like people they're not asking, you guys aren't asking me, what do you do legally, what do you do this, what do you do that, as much as you're asking me what equipment should I buy and how do I get clients. Sorry, the guys on the motorcycles are having fun. But the real issue is, how do I get accounts? Because when you get accounts, it solves all other problems. Because when you have choices, when you have options, you can just go, I don't like this client, I like this one. I don't like this area, I like this area. I don't like this property, I like this area, I like this property. I want to charge more, and these people will take it, these people won't take it, but you have options and choices as long as you're getting a lot of clients coming in the door. But when you're not getting a whole lot in the door, you kind of have to charge cheap prices and take what you can get. And I don't want you guys to do that. So I'm thinking of doing something with that. But anyway, if I were to do it all over again, using what I've learned now with advertising and marketing, I could probably, in my first year, I could probably get 100 accounts. Like, knowing what I know now and what I'm learning, I could probably get 100 accounts in the first year. Personally, for me, the play would to be go buy a work truck, a crew cab with a medium or long bed, get a back rack, a toolbox. You want the longer box so that you can stick a trimmer in there if you have to. I wouldn't say that having like a trimmer rack on your trailer. I do have one on my trailer. It came with the trailer. I'm not sure that that's quite the investment to make. It's cooler, yeah, but like having the stuff rattling around out there, I think it's better, honestly, personally, it's better just to have it in the bed. I know it's a lot less sexy and people don't like it as much. It's not as cool, but I'd rather save myself $300 and keep the equipment in better shape and just put it in the back. So get a longer box. I would say it depends on what kind of properties you're looking at getting. Our setup is made for cookie cutter lots, just because that's what I kind of started with the push mower. But if you're starting with 0 turns, go for a bigger properties. Like this is probably a total of, I don't know, 2 acres. I mean, go for a property like that. It takes, you know, if I wanted to go over, it's probably an hour. It takes about an hour each pass as long as the blades are sharp. It's not too wet. And if we had 2 mowers on this property, we could easily get it done in an hour. No big deal. If we're charging $70 an acre, we just made $140 in an hour. That'll easily pay for everything. Maybe we get in and out a little bit quicker than that. We get a little bit better. We know the property well. Bing, bang, boom. $140 in an hour, $150 in an hour is not bad. And I think this is a fantastic mower. If I were to do it all over again, and I know, like, knew what I know now, if that makes sense, I would probably get one of these, okay? I would probably get one of these. They strike fantastic. They're really durable. And I would also get Hustler, probably an X1, a Super Z, one of those 2 models. I think the Fastback is a little bit too cheap if you're going to be doing huge properties like this. It's not quite as fast. That's what I got for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any more questions about equipment, I just got to say, don't necessarily go for the fancy truck right off the bat. Don't go for the one with the chrome and the shiny or the blacked out or whatever. Get a work truck, and if you want to get big bad rims on it, go ahead and do that. Get a truck, whatever you can afford, that's low mileage, that's not all dinged up. That's going to be the play. You just got to put your ego aside here and go with the equipment that's going to make you the most amount of money. When you start growing in your year 2, year 3, and you've got money to throw around, if you'd rather throw more money at a fancier, sexier mower or a fancier, nicer truck in the interior, that's something that you can do. Or you could just go buy a 4-wheeler or buy yourself a different car or whatever. But the choice is yours. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, this is not my mower, but it's a fantastic mower, and I would be purchasing one if I'm doing higher acreage. I'd also consider buying a Hustler, an X1, or a Super Z. So I hope you guys appreciated it. Smash that like button, subscribe, and I will see you guys again very soon.